Hello everyone, Warrior Angel here, and welcome back to part 35 of the Eastern Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila. In the previous episode, I started to move my forces up north to deal with the Afghids once and for all. They've only got the 2 settlements left, so I've got 1 legion for each settlement, and hopefully I would predict within 2 turns, we should eliminate the faction from the game. Once that's been done, then we're going to move on to the Sclavanians. We're going to take them out and take their land. And at that point, we would have united pretty much the entire eastern section of the map underneath myself, my puppet states, and my military ally, the Iguatungans. So once that's been done, we can focus all of our attention on the western factions and the Huns, once they become a power and something to worry about. But we've still got a few more years before we have to worry about that. We've also got a couple of minor things. We had the Jutes attack us down in the Sahara, and I managed to fend them off thanks to the army I've got stationed down there and my mercenaries, but we do have to deal with the instability that caused. But it had also led to a potential opportunity, which I will come to in just a second. So first of all, I just want to make sure I've done all my movements for this turn up here in the north. So this guy, yeah, he's already marched. He's force marching at the moment, and he should get to Bulgar in 1 turn if by force marching. So we're expecting 2 turns then, but the fact that he will take a turn then after normal march to attack the settlement itself. We got down to Wahab, we've got my army here. Now I could move him over, but I feel pretty confident he can march that small little distance next turn. Plus, if by the off chance the Afghids have an army somewhere in the fog of war that I can't see, I'd rather defend a river crossing than actually try and fight an open battle. Just personal preference. Plus, we don't have that many river battles in this campaign, so it'd be nice to have something a bit of variety. We've got the my Africa faction coming in to support, although I suspect it's just mainly combatant and spears, but every little bit's going to help. We also had the Emperor, where was he? Yeah, here we are. I was thinking, instead of sending him up here to support, because he doesn't really need to, what we could do, because he's fortified from the previous turn because of, well, having to deal with snow attrition. So we'll take him off this. We should be able to march. We can just about attack him. No, we can't, because it's just slightly out of range. Very slightly. I can just imagine at this point that basically they're like staring at one another across the horizons like, oh crap, that army's coming towards us. What are we going to do? We can't do anything yet, it's not our turn. It's the way of things. Okay, so that's that done. The thing then to move down is, let's go down to the Sahara. Now, from what I remember of the public order situation, we are basically going to be rebelling soon, aren't we? Yes, it's basically a choice of either rebelling in 1 turn or 2. Because this is what I was noticing. As this area here, the rebels have recently occupied it. Or they've been taking, I'm sure they've been taking some damage. I mean, they've got a full stack Africa one here. They've got a fleet here. I just wanted to check that out because it could have the potential, especially with Tingis over here then also being owned by rebels. I see an opportunity for me to expand my borders along here basically. And then potentially take out the Marians here. And then basically that's a whole new province for me, so extra income, which is never a bad thing. We're still low enough, we're about 56% corruption, that a couple of extra regions would be okay and we can still make a bit of money from it. So what I'm thinking is, what was the situation like? Their garrison is actually crap. They've got breaches in the wall, so we could actually attack them right now. And if we attack with this army, we'll have the reinforcements coming in from Africa. At least I presume so, because the rebels are at war with everyone, basically. The only problem is if I do this, is we're going to basically have a rebellion take place next turn in Sahara somewhere. So if it happens by Dimity, it could be a slight problem, because the garrison is still recovering from the Jutes attack. But it also means we could get a new settlement, and it's a provincial capital as well. I'd rather nick it before the Africa faction does. So let's try it out. Let's see what the situation is. I'm going to have to hire mercenaries anyway. So maybe I don't. So we can attack straight away because of the breaches in the wall. We are reinforced by the Africa faction, which has got mainly, seems, light marines and a couple of artillery crews. That's going to be quite useful. And against which they do have a fairly okay garrison. I mean, the garrison itself is pretty crap. We don't have to worry about that. It's mainly the units here. But to be honest, the Order Resolve is so much in my favour. The only way I could actually try and make it harder is by not bringing in my reinforcements. That kind of defeats the point. I'm gonna just auto-resolve. That way I am gonna try and include a battle, but I don't want to do the battles when they're easy. Like I've always said, I never liked it in YouTubers that feel they have to include a battle in every episode, so they'll fight a 3-man garrison with a huge army just to try and make it so there's a battle involved. But that's just me. Anyway, let's occupy it.
We hunger for battle.
And let's check out our spoils of Caesarea. Okay. Let's see, we need to convert the small city, that's fine, because at the moment, yeah, we're going to have one crappy little garrison until we can get better. Fishing jetties, that will provide us with food for the moment. The altar of the Ibex. Somatic paganism. That's actually not too bad a bonus if I was actually following that religion. I'll have to try that someday, to actually pick a fact thing and convert to one of these other religions, because, actually, what can I do with this? Just preparing it instead of saying, I can convert it over to a Greek chapel. Okay, let's do that and we can convert it then. We'll demolish the supply storage and we'll keep the public baths because that's actually giving me income as well as a reasonable amount of sanitation for the moment, considering we're still at like tier 1, so to speak.
Commander?
What we'll do as well, I'm going to hire some no, we won't do the mercenaries yet. What I'm thinking then is marching the force along then to attack Tingis. But while we still got the sort of thing in our favour, but the only problem is, could be better to keep the army nearby, just in case there's a rebellion that takes place near Dimity. I feel confident that the garrison should be able to manage fine in the other settlements. Especially since I am upgrading them, and I might as well upgrade Dimity as well. I'm going to upgrade this as well. What I actually need to do, I'll tell you what, let's smash that. Let's build instead a fountain here. And then what we can do, we can actually build the governor building here in Garama, in order to be able to try and keep the population under control a little bit better, and then hopefully that means we can free up an army later on. It's going to be annoying though, because we've got several turns of instability we're going to have to sit through basically because of the Jutes. But it's one of those things we'll have to manage. Let's see. It's a shame we don't get access to any money from this, unlike, for example, the gold mines. No, let's not get worried about the Basilica, we don't need that right now. Let's go for, instead, let's go for a quarry, that will help us out get a bit more cash. Looks like we've already got a tanner here. We're okay for that bit. Okay, so that's the money done anyway. And we've got a nice new province capital to play with. Ah, what's this? The Huns of... the White Huns, who are my military ally, they seem to be coming towards Africa. Maybe they're interested in trying to help me out over in the west. That'd be cool. Okay, what else did I want to do with my money? I want to spend it all. So, I did want to build up roads because this island chain basically is making me a lot of money every turn. So I would like to try and improve that a bit. Tell you what, because of your location, let's go for a Greek hermitage. I fancy the idea of trying to get extra bit of research. Although, to be fair, you're not actually going to do much with the osmosis, are you? Yeah, but public order is really good. We don't have to worry about that. So we'll switch that over to that. We'll upgrade the settlements. What's the food like? It's plentiful, so we'll just get some standard clothers instead. So that's that happening, and we'll be able to upgrade the food later on. Got local industry at the moment already, but we'll actually let's demolish this because I'm going to have to build more food, and I might as well get it at Constantina. Are we building? We've got trade jetties there, military there. Is it worth me actually swapping one of these for food? Might as well change this over. Wine markets, cultural buildings. Which one's the one that will give me extra bonuses to? Agriculture and animal husbandry? Have I not got one which allows me to get extra commerce? Let's see. Yeah, commerce. Do I not have one that allows me to get extra money from commerce then? That sucks. So what, let's get a food market. That will help the population a little bit better in fact. And I'll keep that. Okay, that's 1,000. What else I need to do? Oh yeah, I had some armies over here, didn't I? Getting recruited up, so I had an... Where are they? Too far. That's it. Here they are. So I got this army that's on its way up. I can move them up towards Ancilia in order to start recruiting some ranged units. And don't worry, I'll be hitting the end turn button soon. I know. I've got my stopwatch going on in the corner so I can keep track, and already 10 minutes into this episode. Okay, what we'll do, let's upgrade you guys. And let's get started if possible. Yeah, we can just about afford 2 units of Elite Bastari. I'm thinking then maybe drop the Sagatari and replace it for Equites, but we already got a lot of horsemen, so I feel tempted just to let... even though these are only still tier 1 and they're not really the best. Yeah, nah, I'll tell you what, let's just disband them. There we go, I hope our income a little bit more as well. Okay, let's go ahead and... oh, we need to do this. This general is actually reasonably good, this guy over here, Flavius Saturcius. I've had him sitting in the Sahara the whole time, and he's been a reasonable commander. Bloody hell. Okay, let's give you infantry commander 40, and haven't got any. Let's just give you another unit infantry commander. That'll do. And Sextus, my governor. Let's give you a thing of Legatus, and then eventually I would like to try and get down to maybe Vicarius so we can actually get the bonus to corruption, so we can actually get more money coming in from the area. We'll sort that out shortly. Anyway, let's hit this. So yes, in the next turn, what we're going to be doing is, first of all, attacking the Waha up in... is that a Waha? Am I getting on my... I'm absolutely terrible with names. Oh, and we already have war with the Sclavadians. I forgot I declared war on them already, didn't I? That could be interesting. Oh well. But yeah, my plan is next then to start the assault up in the north against the Afghans. We got the Jutes as well. Oh, we'll have to keep an eye out for those. We did kill their king already, didn't we? Because we attacked their horde that attacked us at Dimity. And with the mercenaries I recruited, I managed to wipe out their army. So that's something we can be prepared for. We can even see about taking them out. And that eliminates another faction from the game. We do need to take out, I think it was 18 other factions as part of the Divine Victory. So we just need to be prepared to try and wipe them out as and when we can. You little sods. And I forgot, we still had the Mayas up in the north to deal with, because we declared war on them as part of my military alliance with the Gretungians. So we need to sort them out as well. All these little things to do. Okay. First of all, let's pop over here and find out what's going on. These guys... they're going to get a couple of turns to march in anyway, so it's not going to really matter. We can easily see which direction they're going to come in and go from there. Now that this area has been built, we can actually see about converting some of the buildings over. So we need to do this, this. We'll keep that for now. And do I want a governor's building here? Yeah, let's go for a governor's building for the moment. I don't really need military recruitment in the area, so we're not going to bother with that. We'll just hire mercenaries when we need to. We'll get a capital here as well. These are going up. We'll increase the food supplies here as well. Okay, we got a rebellion. Where is the rebellion taking place? Kinemis... Garama. Okay, so it's taking place here. Now, if they try to attack us at Garama, they are going to find it a little bit more tougher, but maybe not as tough as now. They've only got a 3-unit garrison. I'll have to see about potentially moving the army down, but the problem is we've already got... I'll tell you what, can we... Let me see, are the Jutes at war with Africa? Yes, they are. Okay, if I set a coordination target then on the Jutes, Yeah, I want to set a whole coordination target on the Jude's army. Can I do that, please? There. Perfect. So that's that sorted. So then if they decide to come after Caesarea or Dimity, hopefully this large army here is going to be able to go and sort that out. We'll head back now to Africa because I want to upgrade these regions here a little bit more. Let me see. Let's get some more trade. I get a little bit more income coming in. We also need to build a wine market here. And already like that, we spend most of our money. Whoops. Okay, that's got... Let me see, that's got one more turn. Let's get some... Tell you what, let's get some skirmishes. They may come in handy, you never know. And then I did have another army here, didn't I? Yes, one more turn for them to be done, and then we can swap them around. They can get some more infantry, and they can get some more missile troops as a result. Let's head up here now to the north, and sort out what the situation is. Okay, you guys attack Waha. And it's an easy order resolve. Now the question is, what am I going to do with these settlements? Because, to be honest, I don't want them, because there are only 2 minor settlements in the province. So what I'm thinking, I'm just going to sack and raze them to the ground. I don't particularly need them, and I'm happy for one of my puppet states not to come and take over instead. Hopefully Lazica will do it, because they got the province capital already. But if Africa want to do it, because they were nearby, then so be it. Okay, you're off to do that. You can march... What's your march range if we do this? Well, it's going to take 2 turns anyway, isn't it? For some reason you can't march.
We hunger for battle.
There we go. I was wondering for a second, it won't let me march. Why was that?
We take this settlement.
Okay, you'll be able to attack that next turn. You have now dealt with this, so what we need to do, we'll bring these guys now back towards... Facts. Yeah, we'll bring them back here so we can start replenishing, and then we'll be able to attack them next turn. Then we'll start marching in towards the Clavanians. Let's march you now towards if we can deal with them. Not that it really matters, but I need to start marching my forces to the west now anyway. Okay, what else can we do? I need to start sorting out these areas properly. I've got so many of them, just like crappy one tier, 2 tier buildings that I've built and just left there basically. Okay, let me just check. We've got cavalry stables happening here. Serdica. We can actually improve the facilities now at Scoopy. We can actually restore that back to its original state size before it got burnt down, so we'll do that. And we also got access to valley fields here and supply storage. Let's go for the carpenter here, and then we'll be able to... No. Yeah, then we'll be able to get working on... Actually... Yeah, if we turn this one then into the skirmisher range, we can actually take advantage of the bonuses that for the ammunition and that from the carpenter. We could even change this into a military recruitment zone, or maybe one of the others, and that will actually increase the hull strength on all my ships as well. That has potential. We'll sort that out. Is there anything we can do with the family actually before we carry on? Thank you. Like, our family has been growing. We've now got numerous sons and that, which have taken a sweet ass time to come about, but we now got daughters and sons. We've got quite a few sons, in fact. A few more years before we actually see any action with them. We'll probably be dealing with the Huns by that point, but that's fine. Actually, no, let's get my family, let's get all my characters to start raising some support in the family. I could adopt someone into the family, in fact. He's got a... See, embezzle funds. Let's gather some supports. You can gather some supports. Yeah, my heir, you have nothing, and we can do that as well.
Commander.
You're really not the best general, are you? He's homely, which decreases his authority. Is irresolute. He can't make up his mind. So that relates to words are escaping me right now. Okay, but we managed to deal with one settlement. The Afghans will be wiped out fairly easy. And we're going to see now what's going to happen next with the Jutes. The only thing I'm thinking about actually with the Jutes is that if Africa take them out, that means I can't, and it won't count towards my the amount of factions I need to eliminate from the game. And there's only so many in the game, and there's only so many times you can liberate factions in order to try and bring them back in order to wipe them out. So I'll have to just try my best and see. Let's see what they're doing. They're doing a runner. My lord, we've got news. What news? The Eastern Roman Empire, they've declared us a bounty on us. Everyone gets all our money if we get killed. What? Head back to Spain. It's nicer there. I can't be bothered to chase them down. I'm going to eliminate them pretty quickly. We've got the mag... Actually, you're only a king. I don't need to care about you. Do I even have a legion over there? I might have a legion. Somewhere I think I can easily wipe them out with. Okay. Ooh, we've got a sun. Somewhere. More. Public order's about to thing. We've now increased our control. It's all gone up. Excellent.
Salutations.
Okay. Let me see. We're not going to have you come over here. We're going to have you march all the way to our newly captured province here. It'll take a few turns, but we'll be able to at least sort that out. Okay. Now that Africa's been dealt with, basically we're going to be facing rebellion no matter how we look at it. So I might as well start marching my force down here in order to be able to try and eliminate this rebel army. And then we'll be able to focus then on going back up in order to take out the next rebel army. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Right. So first we'll go in, and speaking of eliminating factions, let's go and deal with the Afgrids.
Commander, let us cower like
Again, very
dogs.
easy auto resolve. We'll go protector stance this time. Try and save some of my troops. And just like that. Cavalry took a few hits though. That's okay though. You need to upgrade those scout equities at some point. What? No. The Afgrids have got another settlement somewhere? Crap son of a stick. I'm gonna have to deal with this. Okay.
Ready for battle.
I'll tell you what, can I still do that cheeky thing that we used to be? There used to be a sort of glitch, so to speak, that what you could do, if you did this, you put your men to raiding
Take what
stance,
you can.
and we attack this, we'll raise it to the ground. And now, if we take my men off this, yes, we can still move around pretty well. So where is the final Afgrid? Bloody... Oh, have they become a horde? No, they can't become hordes, can they? Yeah, this faction has no settlements. They follow Tengriism. Huh. But I'm going to have to chase them down, aren't I? Bloody hell. I was hoping I was going to have the option to not have to worry about that, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Okay, next up now. Let's start marching towards Sclavanian territory. It's going to be a new ground. We've not crossed this way before. But if we follow the road, we'll probably get there sooner or later. Right. Likewise with you. Let's check the map a second. Where are you? Okay, Hyperborea, that's the Gretungian territory, so we need to march through... We need to march through Silas here. That's where we got. Morimo is just there. And Karaskos, that's over there. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this army and we're going to instead march them straight towards the throat of the Gretungians. We'll take there a couple of turns. You, in the meantime, can march towards here, and you'll get there in a couple of turns. If we're in friendly territory now, yes, we still get a little bit of replenishment. That's great by me. Okay. So we've got the right hands just sitting around there right now. We'll remove the war targets. See if we can actually focus on that rebels that are starting outside. Will you not let me see? Do I have to guess where the army is? No, it won't let me actually pick him. Damn it. Oh well, we'll continue with what I was doing and watch as the frame. For some reason, the frame rate around Sahara seems to always want to drop down to 6 frames a second for some reason while I'm playing. It's weird. There's nothing actually going on there, it's just like a lot of sand, and yet it doesn't have a problem here where there's a lot more detail in the map than in comparison to the Sahara, you know? It's weird. Okay. Let's see, we can't even dismantle these. What I wanted to do is, did I have a legion nearby? Because I would like to try and at least quickly take out the Magyar faction that's still running about thing in order to try and get that extra bit. But I don't seem to have any armies spare. Not that's going to get there anytime quickly anyway.
At your command.
Alright, okay, let's move you guys down here now.
We hunger for battle. You have further orders?
And we need 3 lots. We already got 2 units of Eastern Armor Legio. So let's get some Numoi and a unit of Pictotoys. We still need to get a couple in order to complete the chapter objectives, so we'll need to do that. You can march up to here. And we're just going to get you a whole bunch of elite Ballistari. Might as well just get everyone. Okay, you guys upgrade as well. Alright, jump back over to here. I'm going to make this then a skirmishing range. Serdica then can have access then to... Do I wanted it Scoopy though? That already took damage before and got raided before. Yeah, we'll risk it. We'll put that... Build that up here. We'll also start building up the settlements itself. Let's see, we can build that. We'll just get standard colonias for here. Upgrade that. Tabane, Scriptorum. Let's get Scriptorum in order to get that bonus. Got Governor's House already, and I did, as part of my personal thing, I just want to build up all the places where the Patriarchy seers are, so they have all these nice, proper upgraded, you know, churches like we're supposed to have. So, Constantinopolis has already got one, Antiochia is on its way, Aelia Capitolona is building up. Alexandria, have you got one? Nope, we need to build that up. And we can also upgrade these. Damn it, I should have gone for Oxyrhynchus. Damn it. Because of the higher the amount of growth, you know, population surplus you have, the longer it takes for you to be able to replace that, you know, to get to the next amount. It's always better to go for the higher numbers, and then we're going to be able to recruit them a lot more quickly than doing it the other way around. Okay, we will need to upgrade all these units when we get a chance. Alright, let's give you a bit of level extra 40. In fact, we got a legion just sitting around down here that's doing bugger all, in fact. What happens if I tell you to leave? It's -2. Okay, well, I'll have to check that out in a second. I need to check out to see what the public order situations are, because otherwise I'm going to have armies that are just sitting around for public order purposes. And if I can have the resources and the money in order to try and make it a bit more effective, and I can actually move the armies out, then that's going to be better for me than just having them sitting there costing me money. Especially like that one, where I had a large number of mercenaries in, because it was my sort of mercenary army. So that's going to cost a fair bit, and it's just sitting around doing bugger all at the moment. Oh, if only I had a fleet. If I had a decent fleet, I would have been able to go after that, the Jutes, and just get rid of them. And the irony wouldn't be lost on me then that, you know, the Norse factions that are good with their boats and that being wiped up at sea by the Romans, that historically weren't the best when it came to fighting on ships. Their thing was fighting on land. I remember it was a big thing they mentioned about in the Emperor series by Con and Golden, that Caesar used to serve, Julius Caesar once served on like the ships, in order to try and deal with piracy and that, and they just weren't really any good because they didn't have the trained crews in that. Their job was just to try and scare people off by appearing in the distance and going from there then. Oh, the Cthulhu's been defeated. So yeah, the irony wouldn't be lost on me if I can actually deal with that. Okay, we're at the 30-minute mark, but I just want to try and deal with this fairly quick and just see what I can do to sort things out. There's not really much I can do, I just need to build up places with extra bonuses rather than anything else. So, tell you what, let's build up capital here, because then we can start sorting that out. We've got the farming colonia, so we'll be getting access to better food over time. We'll have the library, we can increase that to an imperial library, so that's going to take a bit of a chunk. We can't upgrade the fields anymore, but we can upgrade the colonia itself. We're not going to bother with the Muncipium because there's no point. But hopefully I'll be able to start moving the army out. We are taking a lot of money coming in from these mercenaries, so what I'm going to do is... Can I just remove this? Let's just disband all of these. And all of a sudden I'm making over 30,000 a turn. Jesus, that was a lot of money I was spending on mercenaries just then. A hell of a lot. Okay, back up here. I wanted to continue spending my money up here in the north. Serdica. So, Serdica Scoopy is going to be my infantry recruitment zone. I believe I already got one building up somewhere around here, isn't it? Infantry barracks. I've already got one here. To be honest then, I don't really need one at Scoopy. I tell you what, let's cancel that. Food situation is reasonably good in the area, so we don't really need to worry about that. Let's just get some local industry going as well. And let me see, what else do we need? Let's upgrade these two as well. Let's head down to the north, and we need to decide now about... Oh, we've got rebellion already taking place. This is area. We've got attrition taking place right here. It's okay, I'll tell you what, move to Sidimus. And then in the next turn then we'll be able to actually deal with the rebels and then. Garma, I'm not going to bother spending any more money. They will have to take a turn, I think, to probably recruit. Or get artillery at the very least, so that could be something. Let's upgrade you though. Governor's house, banking house. So let's get that governor's house. In fact, let's pop over here a second. Since we're going to be making a whole bunch of money from here, is it possible? I don't really need this. Let's cancel this. And see about changing this to a governor's building or a banking house in particular, so that will increase the money we'll be making from commerce, which is a fair bit. Unless we can convert this to something that actually helps. That actually will help out a bit more as well. Yeah, let's demolish that. We'll move it along. Well, eventually I'll be able to get the population surplus up as well, so that will help out. Tell you what, let's swap that over. Cancel this, and we'll just turn that into more farmland. That will help out, and we'll get the bonus anyway from this. Okay. 5, that's a 4, that's a 4. Tell you what, let's go for here, because then we get access to the full tier 1. This is my infantry barracks, so I want to spend some money actually. Do I want more damage for my melee troops, or do I want higher armor and shield? I'm going to go for blacksmith. The reason in being is that Roman troops in general are very good at actually defending, but they're not so good at attacking. At least that's my sort of my understanding about it. So they're very much the anvil and not the hammer. So if I can actually use my troops effectively and just basically, you know, sort that out, then that's fine by me if I can get them to do a bit more damage. Alright, let's move you up to the north here, because I'm going to be basically converted and capturing this province here for myself. So I'd rather just be able to take that out thing. I'll tell you what, actually. I moved too far. Bugger. Okay, we've got a Sclavanian army right in front of us. That could be an interesting opportunity for a battle, especially since they've got some tier 2 troops here, I just saw. And, wow, they got tier 3. That is going to be an interesting battle if we can actually get that going. That would be really, really good. Okay, Lazacote's on his way to repopulate the area. Afgrids have been marching up here as well. That means I'll move my Emperor after him. After just to help out. Right. I'll tell you what, let's not march. No, stop. Let's just fortify for the moment. There we go. Okay. That's everything for them now. Let's end the turn once more. Once we go for the end turn phase, we'll go and bring the episode to an end. And we've got a couple of things to deal with next turn then. It'd be interesting to see then as well if the Sclavadians are going to attack my army with that one. Like the fact they got tier 3 troops, those Perrin's axes. Axemen, they looked pretty intimidating.
That we should offer you gold. We do not argue with spirits.
I'll tell you what, you become my puppet state. I will forbear the money, but you need to become my puppet state.
The spirits tell us that we should offer you gold. We do not
I just
argue
told
with
you.
spirits.
I told you what the price is going to be if you want me to not attack you.
My people wish to offer you this gift of gold, if you will take it.
You're not getting it into your head. I told you if you wanted to get peace, you're going to have to... Oh, the army didn't go after me. Damn it. I was kind of hoping that they were going to. I thought it'd be a nice opportunity to check out some new units, because so much of this campaign so far has been dealing with the Eastern factions. So I've been fighting what battles I have fought. I've fought a lot with Eastern units in that. So I'm just looking forward to trying out something a bit different, and I thought that would be a great opportunity. But we'll find out when we actually attack them. Once it gets through the end turn phase, anyway. The Romans are busy doing something. I'm going to have to make that choice as well, like what to do with regards to, like, Italia. I would like to take Rome for myself. But the Western Romans are still hanging on pretty strongly in Italia. They've got, I believe, the lower province, which includes Sicily and that. So they've still got that. Yeah, it could be a bit difficult choice to make about what to do with them. What I'll do, I'll focus on my targets at the moment with the Sclavanians, and then we're going to see about sorting it out from there. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Okay, we'll end the episode here, and what I'm going to do in the next episode is I'm actually going to fight this siege battle. Just so we can have a nice little siege battle. We've got access now to onagers on the walls, so that's going to be quite good. We've got the spearmen in order to take out all these cavalry, and I do feel more confident in my armored legion than I do in their defectors. So I feel comfortable in this battle, but we'll fight it out then. But anyway guys, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments in the bottom, or hit the like button, what have you. It's always nice to hear from you guys. It's always nice to know that you're enjoying the content. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching, take care, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.